When you get hurt at basic combat training, it isn't a gradual scale. You are either hurt bad enough not to train, or you are just fine. After our first Army combat fitness test, which I was the only third of my platoon to pass, I ended up having lots of pain in my ankles and heels, but hey, no pain, no gain, am I right? Well, in this situation, there was actually no gain, and over the course of a week, the pain grew to the point where I wasn't able to run anymore. Now at first this wasn't a huge deal, since I could just not run. Getting yelled at and doing push-ups was a-okay with me until I could finish the rest of my tests or the pain got better. So I lathered up my size 16 feet with some icy hot and took some ibuprofen. And I tried the best to ignore the pain as best as I could. Doing the ruck marches in the rappel tower with my fucked up heels wasn't necessarily my best idea, but again, I was doing somewhat okay with it. That was up until the dreaded foot inspections. Contrary to popular belief, the Army doesn't want to actually break your body because they're the ones who have to foot the bill. So instead, they check your feet from time to time to make sure you aren't hiding a serious injury from them that they'll have to pay for. My drill sergeant walked down the line, and when he finally got to me, he saw the swollen, pulsating mess that was my lower ankle. After poking it a bit and gagging, he made me go to sick call the next day. The next morning, I woke up and my drill sergeant drove me in a van blasting Kanye to the Troop Medical Center. It was the first time in over a month that I had actually gotten to listen to music, so despite the circumstances, I was pretty pumped. Upon getting there, I had a nice interaction with the front desk nurse. "Trainee, I don't care. Get the fuck out of here." Sorry, I hurt my feet and my drill sergeant says that it needs to be looked at. Yeah, take the shoe off. Not like I've heard this one 100 times, but that is one fucked up foot, trainee. And that's how I got the fast pass straight to seeing a doctor on a Saturday. Since it was the weekend, they weren't really able to do anything besides x-ray it and put me on quarters, so I left with the instruction to report back Monday to review my x-rays and assess the damage. When you're on quarters, it basically means to stay in bed and recover, which I was fucking ready for. After about 3 hours of sitting in the hospital parking lot by myself because my drill sergeant forgot to pick me up, I got back to the bays and I was excited to finally get rest for my feet. Not even 15 minutes after I got back, I was told we were getting evicted. Eviction is what it sounds like. You have to pack up all of your belongings and then bring it downstairs and lay it outside to be inspected and then bring it all the way back up, all in like 15 minutes. Now, I was hoping that I would be exempted from this as I was on quarters and told not to put any weight on my feet, so I approached my drill sergeant. "Drill sergeant, what do you want me to do for the eviction if I'm on quarters?" "Trainee, I am not saying you have to move your stuff, but if your shit is not down there in 15 minutes, the platoon's gonna have to learn a lesson of teamwork." So, with the help of my battle buddies, and then one of them falling down the stairs carrying 2 rucksacks, we got my stuff all the way down and back up. That Monday, I went back to the Troop Medical Center and I got the news that I did not want to hear. Basically, your bones are supposed to be firm, strong, and shaped right. Unfortunately, mine did not fit into either of those categories, and from the waist down, I looked like a Minecraft cobblestone block. And with that news, I started the paperwork to be discharged, and I had about 4 weeks to wait until everything would be sorted. At this point, I was on crutches and a dead man's profile, meaning I could only do what a dead man was able to do. So basically nothing. And some of the drill sergeants were more chill with that than other ones were. One time a drill sergeant from another company thought I was faking my injuries, and he kicked the crutches out to show that I wouldn't fall. He ended up having a talk with our company commander about why the cripple outside was spilled out in the CQ and having to get helped up. Or my favorite was when, for a whole day, I had to scream orders at my battle buddy who was helping me get food trays. "Give me a motherfucking apple! Louder, trainee, or else I'm fucking Mitchell up some more!" "Please, man, I don't want to run no more." It was a really rough day for everybody. Because I couldn't go anywhere or do anything, my drill sergeants got really creative with my duties. In order of absurdity, I stood guard over an empty gun rack for 6 hours, had to stand at attention holding my crutch as a gun while I used the wall to keep me upright, walked a 2 mile on crutches around the track, And my favorite one was when I went to the anvil with my crutches. Imagine me, this 6'4" brute, using crutches that were not fitted right to me, having to walk in formation for over an hour. Truly not pleasant for anybody. After 3 more hours of walking and digging holes, I ended up hearing in the background, "What the fuck is the cripple doing out here?" And I was quickly escorted to the parking lot where I would spend the next 2 days sleeping, reading, and talking with our company commander about the status of my paperwork, which she loved so much. At around 3 a.m. on the second night of the anvil, I was woken up by my drill sergeant and told I was being moved to a different company. To say I was unprepared, tired, and annoyed would be an understatement. See, I had spent $40 on pizza that I would be getting on the 4th of July celebration, and now I wasn't able to get my money back or pick it up. I am fairly certain also a quarter of my stuff went missing in the forced moving. Without being able to say goodbye to my battle buddies or being able to take a shower, I was whisked off to know what was the Go Home Echo Company. Want to know what happens next at Echo Company? Stay tuned for the next video. Check out my other videos and comment down below if you guys ever went to sick call or if you're ever injured at basic combat training. Thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe.